Hello, this is Nathan Webb. This will be a tutorial on how to rig a character's eyes using the aim constraint. The aim constraint is a great tool because it makes one object aim or rotate towards the position of another object. Just like when you look at an object yourself, you usually track that object with your eyes. So here's an eyeball model. It's just a sphere where I colored up the end so we have a pupil and an iris so we can see which way it rotates. I'm going to create a target for it to look at. I'm just going to create a NURB circle, create NURBS primitive circle. There we go. I'm going to zero out its transformations, and I'm going to have it be in front of the object that is going to be targeted. I'll snap it on the grid just to make sure. I'm going to call this object, let's see, eye target control. Hit enter. I'm going to freeze its transformations, modify freeze transformations. That zeroes out the translation and rotation. Now to constrain the eye, I'm going to select the control object first, shift select the eye, go to constrain and then aim. If you go to the options, make sure you hit maintain offset. You can leave the rest of the values okay and hit apply. You'll see the rotation value, the channels for the eye. It is being constrained by the controller. It's blue, that means it's being constrained. I'm going to select the controller now, and as you translate it around, you'll see that the eye follows it. Also, when you move the eye will always be following the controller. That's a simple way to have an eye follow a controller. You can also have two eyes. Most characters have two eyes, so you could have two eyes follow the same controller. I could duplicate my eyeball here. I'll get rid of the extra constraint. I'll have this one be eye left. Maybe I'll take this constraint off because I'm going to move the eyeball to the side. Eye right. And I'll move one to the side. And this one I'll move to the side. The same value. Whoops, 7, 7. That's okay. I'm going to freeze transformations on the eyes, modify freeze transformations. Now both eyes could be constrained to one object if you want. So I'm going to select the object and then this eye, constrain aim, and then select this control object and this eye, constrain aim. Now when I move this controller, both eyes follow the controller, and when I move the eyes will keep looking at the controller. One thing you'll notice when you have both eyes looking at one controller, when you move this controller inward, your eyes will focus inward, which can be kind of cool. You can also have the eyes look at their own targets, so you can have a more cross-eyed look if you want. I'm going to delete the constraints here. I'm going to make this controller be kind of like a master controller. I'm going to widen it out, modify freeze transformations, and then I'm going to create a new controller for each eye. So I'm going to look at the front view, maybe make this a little bigger, and create two more NURB circles. There we go. Now let's move this eye controller out to what's going to be our master controller. Maybe we can scale this down a little bit. This will be our eye right control. I'll duplicate this, Control D, move it over to the side. I'll just eyeball it here, line it up, modify freeze transformations, and I'm going to have this be the eye left control, and then the right one's going to control the right eye, and the left one's going to control the left eye. So they both work independently, and if I parent both of these guys to this bigger one, when you move the main target, it's regular. When you move this in and out, your eyes no longer get that cross-eyed look. But if I want to have them cross-eyed, I can move these controllers over here, and then I can move the main controller around. So this is how I like animating eyes when you want to have the eyes follow an object.